This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend. The end of our elaborate plans. The end of everything that stands. The end, no safety or surprise. The end, I'll never look into your eyes again. Can you picture what will be? So limitless and free, desperately in need of some stranger's hand.
You're best. Losers always whine about their best.
Lasers and monsters is a far-out game.
Cause she got a great ass.
In a romance, wilderness of pain, and all the children are insane.
E.T. Shit. I still have to review E.T. Every minute I stay in this room, I get weaker. And every minute E.T. squats in the bush, he gets stronger. Each time I look around, the walls move in a little tighter. Everyone gets everything he wants. I wanted a mission, and for my sins they gave me one. It was gonna be the worst game in the world, and I didn't even know it yet. It was no accident that I got to be the caretaker of Steven Spielberg's memory, any more than reviewing games under heavy opiates was an accident. There's no way to tell his story without telling my own. And if his story is really a confession, then so is mine. It's from Apocalypse Now, guys. Get some culture if you haven't seen that. Look, you guys have no idea what it took to even get me upright, much less speaking, doing a movie review, and basically what amounts to shooting a short film. I know it's crappy, but it's the best I can do under heavy sedation, whatever you call it. Well, so this is E.T. for the Atari 2600, one of the crappiest games of all time. I think I'm going for some kind of world record for pain in one sitting. And basically what you're looking at right now is the entire game. It's the pits. Now, if you don't know what you're doing, I mean, if you haven't read the instructions, you'll never have any clue what you're doing, but that was basically true for almost every Atari 2600 game. So I actually did some research. You know, I went online and I looked to see just what the instructions were, how to play, what the goal was, and I learned everything you needed to do, because I actually wanted to play this game and beat this game. I was actually going to give it a shot. So here's the deal. Unlike the movie, you have to go searching in pits for 3 parts of a radio, which you'll use to phone home and call the mothership. And they're scattered everywhere, and there are guys who oppose you at every turn. There are 2 guys. There's an FBI agent and a scientist. That's the scientist in a lab coat. He looks like my grandma, but whatever. When the scientist captures you, he takes you to a Greek forum, which you will immediately just walk right out of. Beyond that, he really doesn't do anything to you. But the real son of a bitch is the FBI agent. At first, I had no idea what he does. He doesn't capture you. He just seems to walk right past you. What he does is one of the most insidious bullshit things in any game ever. Here's what he does. If you've got any radio parts on you, He takes them and he hides them in a pit somewhere. The son of a bitch. So you'll notice, see that little parts appear in the upper part of the screen? If the FBI guy even gets near me, he'll take it away. So I got to run my ass off to get away from him. And then that's bullshit. The scientist was right on the other side of the screen, and now he's going to drag my ass all the way back to the forum, and he's going to incarcerate me where I'll just walk out. And believe it or not, this is actually a really short game. I mean, there's no more than maybe 6-7 screens. And if you know where the parts are, you find them, you assemble the phone, and you call home, and you can really finish this game in about 3 minutes. That is, if you can avoid the bastard FBI agent who steals all your crap! That was the biggest problem I had, really. I mean, it wasn't the life slowly ticking away with every step and every action you take. It wasn't really the pits, although, oh my god, fucking the pits. I'll tell you about that in a second. But it's that guy who just walks up to E.T., takes his radio bit, and then just walks away. Who does that? What branch of the FBI is he with? Like, but yes, I mean, everything you've heard so far is true. The controls are the most shattered, broken bullshit ever in any game. I mean, you'll just walk into pits randomly. You'll walk into people on the other side of a screen. You'll have no chance to avoid them. And the graphics, even for the Atari, are horrible. Look at this. I don't even know what this was. I raise my head, and a flower grows. And I got a smiley face. What does that do? Man, I looked that up. I couldn't find out what it does. It's just a waste of my time. I'm halfway down on life. And you see those little black specks on the ground? You know what those are? You'll never figure it out. You know what those are? Reese's Pieces. You know what the Reese's Pieces do? Nothing. Basically what happens is, you can sometimes call Elliot. You'll see a little smiley face on the top. You can activate, you can stretch your neck, and that activates a power. And that'll call Elliot sometimes. Sometimes he'll show up, and sometimes he'll just not appear. He'll just like fuck E.T. If you have 9 Reese's Pieces, like, good luck on you ever getting 9 of those things. If you have 9 of them, he'll give you a radio bit. If you die, he takes all your Reese's Pieces and he resurrects you. But not only that, if you have no radio bits, the FBI guy shakes you down and he takes your Reese's Pieces! I mean, he sees an alien and he takes his candy! What the shit is that? If I'd have seen Spielberg's movie, I'd have been much more traumatized by Agent Mulder taking my Reese's Pieces than seeing some Secret Service guys with guns. And I just got caught by Grandma again. Come on, stop wasting my time, dude. You're not even locking me in the room. I could just walk through the ceiling if I felt like. There's no depth, there's no 3 dimensions. I'm just grabbing stuff, I don't know what it is. And I stretch my neck and I try to float out of the pit. And by the way, I'm actually really good at this. Because I'm actually making it out most of the time. It's so broken, you'll just fall right back in. 95% of the time. Oh! I can't get out. This is totally hopeless. This is the whole game. I mean, you get radio parts, and you try desperately in vain to dodge the FBI guy who appears on almost every screen. If it's not that guy, oh, he just took my... God damn it! You see what I mean? He takes one of your things away and he puts them in a random pit. You have no way to... You have to go in every pit again. Maybe you get lucky. Most of the time you won't. The thing is, every time you fall in a pit, it drains some of your life off. And then it takes even more life to get out of the pit. And more likely than not, you fall back into the pit. And then you gotta go float back up. Do you know who Sisyphus was? He was a guy in, I think, Greek mythology who was cursed by the gods to forever push a boulder up a hill, but every time he got to the top, it would just roll back down the other side, so he'd have to go back down the other side and push it back up. That's what this is! You fall down the pit, and then you very delicately float your way back up, and then you fall back down! I know I'm not being funny, but there's nothing funny about this game. I mean, you know, Bayou Billy, the other games, you could laugh at those, you could play those. But this, I mean, you could just tell that nobody put any effort into this. Nobody bothered to test it. They just pushed it out because E.T. was a popular movie at the time. I keep falling in the pit. This isn't funny. E.T. is just pain. I keep falling in the pit. Why? Why do they make it this bad? They got captured by the scientists again. The FBI, oh, he's got to steal my stuff while I'm locked up. Great. And by the way, is it just me, or do I detect a little hit of a penis beneath E.T.'s legs there? Look at that little dot down there. Do you see that? Oh my God. I so don't want to be here. I mean, I'm sitting here playing E.T. I didn't even like the movie E.T. I know that's like sacrilege, but seriously, fuck E.T., man. I hated that movie. How do you make a game out of that movie? What's the inspiration behind the level design? There's just no point. This entire thing is the perfect example of just cashing in. Never get out of the pit. Absolutely. God.